Twitch is live.
Ah,
Hi, the void of the internet. How are you doing?
the void stares back.
It'll do that. You gotta watch out for that. Sometimes the void is cheeky. You don't know.
Ooh.
No, the good one, not the bad one.
Okay.
Good.
No, the good one, not the bad one.
Okay.
Good.
No, the good
I
one.
love how we both just had that immediate gut reaction of no.
That's fair. Yeah, I hate Tsukihime Shiki. He's horrible, and I hate that he's getting a new thing.
They're remaking Super.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. I'm just being an asshole.
I actually didn't know if you knew or not.
Ooh.
It's something that shouldn't get a remake, but whatever. It was a meme for so long, but I think most of the people memeing it either didn't play it or forgot how bad it was.
And then there's the anime that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it doesn't exist, so I don't know.
I think if it did exist, I think it would be on the same shelf as like Highlander 2 and any live action movies about Airbender.
It was like a fever dream that a whole bunch of people experienced. Hey.
Oh man. Okay. Sorry. I'm closing Twitter because it will distract me. But like appropriately related, generally related to the content that we are putting forth this evening, someone is going through they have a bunch of Fate merch that they're getting rid of because they're decluttering and doing all that jazz. And for 5 seconds, I thought he had Seder. And I was about to just be like, oh, Jesus. So take my money. No, it's not. It's the actual figure that Seder was based on.
Oh, it's the original?
Yeah.
Like the real one? It's the original?
Yeah. I got so excited for like half a second. Just like, please. I need it in my life. But anyway, it is not Seder. My wallet is safe.
That would be a find. I didn't see it when I was in Japan.
I'm not fully convinced that it actually exists. I mean, like, I know it must.
Well, there was a vendor at a con once. It was not for sale, but she just had it there. She had a whole bunch of other questionable Fate merch that was for sale, but she just had it there with like lights shining on it. Being like, yeah, a lot of people have been asking to buy it, but I just like showing off that I have it.
Wow.
Do the same thing. I'd be like, guys, look. It's cursed.
I mean, that's very much the thing. So, speaking of cursed, I guess we can recap what happened last time.
Hey.
Let's remind the internet, who are probably binging it, because I don't think anyone was paying attention when we did this last week, but we're doing it for us, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, welcome to session number 4 of Fate Dreams In, a Type Moon and Fate-inspired Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition game that we are running for funsies. For us, we are not Type Moon or official in any capacity. We're just having fun because, as it turns out, making historical and mythology figures play Smash Brothers together is just exciting for us. So, yeah, we're playing through. We've had a little bit of an adventure so far. Our party of Anise and Penelope met on a train. Managed to one-up the people that were trying to abduct them from said train because they were hunting down a spider yokai descended, I guess, craftsman named Kwaku. And the 3 of them kind of banded together, took care of that problem, and then continued on their way. They are on their way to presumably a castle in Germany, which people familiar with the Fate franchise would know would be the Einsburn Castle, where Ilya and Irisfiel and a bunch of homunculi have lived at various points in time. Because Anise is going to be delivering a special potion that she made for what we now believe to be one of the homunculi who has a need for it. And it's an interesting thing. They paid in gold up front, but the one who sent the letter requesting it, who'd done this many times in the past, seems to be much worse off now. So they found their way there. Penelope's just kind of along for the ride because the train was no longer safe, and Penelope does a lot of things on impulse, so it worked out. Feel free to call me out if I say anything wrong, but that sounds right to me.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. And so the two of them traveled a bit with Kwaku, who's also traveling because Kwaku wants to know what the deal with Fuyuki City, which is the setting for the Type Moon actual Fate Grail Wars, is because about a year prior to this game, which is set in 2005, the events of Fate Stay Night presumably happened, though not the way that they went in any of the 3 Fate Stay Night paths, because the city got super wrecked at the end of it, and no one in the party really knows why. Kwaku is trying to figure out what the deal is with all these Grail Wars, so he's off to talk to the only people who might know and get the story, because Kwaku collects stories. And speaking of stories, when you got off the bus to this area in, remote mountain Germany, you found a saloon that's run by Gunther, a cowboy of Germany. To put it mildly, he's a character. He's fun times, and while they were meeting with him, he informed them that he's actually friends with presumably the woman who sent the request. He actually helped with mailing it. So he wants to get her some help because she doesn't seem to be doing so well, and she lives off in the woods behind. The woods that all the locals believe to be haunted. And in fact, another person that they happen to run into in the saloon, a clock tower necromancer, who identifies himself as the Bone Settler, but you can call him Crosby because he's nice to you. They met him, and he informs them that he's actually here because of the reports of ghosts, presumably getting out of the bounded field that the Einsburns keep things in. So he would really rather not have to actually do his proper Mage Association job and wipe out an area that's been exposed to supernatural, if he can instead just put up some bounded fields and keep the ghost out for a little bit while the group goes forward and maybe gets the Einsburns to fix their bounded fields so that everything can go back to normal and we don't have this problem anymore. So having sort of made the agreement that you're going to look into it while you're looking for your friend in the woods, or your client in the woods, Crosby, as a gesture of goodwill, handed each of you one of his earrings, which he says that his daughter made. And they're supposed to make it a little bit easier for you if you end up on the receiving end of a ghost. I've actually added those to your inventories now, so you can check those out at your leisure. You don't have to attune them. You just have to have them on your person. And in practice, what it means is that if you try to hit a ghost with a sword or a stick or some physical weapon, it'll hit as hard as it should versus the normal treatment of flying through it and barely hurting it at all. Doesn't affect your spells because they're already magic, but it does treat your attacks as if they were magic when you're hitting a ghost. So maybe useful, maybe not, but it seemed like a nice gesture. So having had this very long day, because everything I've said so far happened in the last 7 hours, the three of you went upstairs and settled into your rooms. Anise was given specifically the wolf key, which is the room that the apparently the nice white witches reserve. So that's neat. So that's where she is. The others are in the moose room and the bear room. We call it the moose room because there's a giant moose on the wall. But as it turns out, when Penelope was settling in to go to sleep, the moose was creeping her out. So she threw the comforter over said moose. And unfortunately, when she did so, the comforter fell off of it, and there was something waiting under said moose. So I'm going to remind everyone what was there now. So many pictures. All right, so yeah, actually I'm going to do these in order. So first,
it's I don't know.
You got a moose. Check out that moose. It's a mighty fine moose, I might say. Horns are round. But then, as the comforter fell off of the moose, what you actually got was this.
That's not a moose.
Presumably not. No, but that specifically is what is staring out at you right now.
Oh, good.
In a very dark room.
Good.
So how do you feel about that, Penelope?
Good.
Feel pretty good about that?
No, you're feeling great. How visible is this thing? Is it like literally just?
So because you don't have dark vision and the lights are off, what you can see is, so it's been snowing outside for a bit now. And I didn't mention in the recap, but it did begin snowing as you made your way up the mountain, and it's actually unseasonably cold for March. But because there's snow piling up outside the window, you're actually getting a little bit of light bouncing in from just exterior lights. So you can see, but not super well. It's not pitch black. And looking at her, she's definitely in front of the moose. She's just kind of staring at you. Like, you could see her, but she is partially transparent. Like, it's not like there's an actual woman sticking out of the wall like she was mounted or anything. It's clearly some kind of translucent, transparent entity staring at you with curiosity.
Oh, good. Okay, so before, like, when Penelope threw the comforter over the moose, she got out her phone to start texting her manager. And then she hears the comforter fall, and that's when she looks up and is just like...
What was she like? It sounded like you might have peeked and cut out.
I broke the sound.
Well done.
She just kind of yelps.
That's fair. That's true. Like, by the light of your BlackBerry, you can actually see it reflecting a little bit off of her. But most of it goes through her and onto the moose, which is still behind her.
She yelps and then is like, "Can I help you?"
Okay. And you're yelling that, like, at her?
Yeah.
All right. So, when you do that, she floats a little bit closer to you.
I picked the wrong moment to take a drink.
And she smiles. She doesn't say anything. She just floats closer and smiles at you.
Oh, and I'm like fully on the opposite side of in my room, so I may or may not actually hear you yell.
Yeah, you can roll perception if you want to. Like, this isn't that long after you settled in, so you can say you didn't go to sleep yet, and that's perfectly reasonable.
I was probably dozing off.
Yeah, just go ahead and give a perception roll, and let's see.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, you hear the sweet, sweet bliss of sleep.
Yep.
We're going to say you fell asleep there.
Yep.
All right, at this point, Penelope's like just sitting straight up in bed and is just like,
She's not saying anything. She's just sort of looking at you.
kind of rude not to be or not talk to. She's still just kind of staring.
Yeah, she's about that close. Sort of staring at you.
Oh God. Okay, sorry. The picture was blocking my view of the map, and now I realize she is. Oh no.
She's just flying around you for a sec.
Oh no. I don't like this.
Looking you up and down, trying to, like, get a sense of you. And then she goes back through the wall.
Oh God.
And disappears.
Penelope's gonna get out of bed. and just like run down the hall, or not down the hall, because like it's like next door, and she just starts like pounding on Anice's door, like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
You can roll your perception again.
Nope, still asleep.
You're having a good nap there,
I'm tired.
which is fair.
Okay, when she doesn't get a response, she's just gonna run down the hall and on Kwaku's door, just like, wake up, wake up. Oh no!
Okay, now I'm gonna let Kwaku roll and see if Kwaku wakes up.
Oh no!
Right there, buddy. Let's see how you're doing. Okay. So you're not hearing anything yet, but she does sort of float out and float a little behind you. She seems to be floating around you again, but not touching you, not interacting with you. And then she goes back, and she seems to go back into Anice's room.
Oh shit. Sorry, I just got stuck between the wall there. And she's gonna try the doorknob this time. Is it locked?
That's up to Anise. I assume you lock your door, but
Is it locked?
Yeah, I would have locked it.
Kwaku does poke his head out the door, like, yes?
She runs back down. Ugh. Ghost! There
Oh,
was a ghost!
I suppose we were expecting that. All right.
It's in my room.
In your room?
And now it's in Anice's room.
Oh, 1 second. Hey, you. We have a ghost. Let's go. Lead on.
But her door's locked, so, I don't know what to do. I can't pick locks. I don't know shit. Just gonna
I'm
keep, like,
not very skilled in this either.
oh, shit.
Have you tried knocking?
Yes, a lot. She did wake up.
Raps, could you knock? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh,
You can roll perception again.
I'm trying. I rolled and it went everywhere. Perception. Okay, now I hear.
Oh, geez.
Yes. You hear a very loud thundering boom on your door.
That was a real yawn. I get up. I go over to the door. Oh, I guess I should be like using my token. I get up and go over to the door and open it up and I go, yes?
The ghost is in your room.
What?
The ghost was in my room and then it went through the wall and now it's in your room. There's
I
a
guess
ghost.
I'll poke my head back in and look around. I guess that would also be perception. Or
I'm gonna let you keep that 19 that you're on right now to look around your room. Are you leaving the lights off, or are you using your light? Like you have dark vision, so you don't need them. But I'm giving you the choice if you want to turn the lights on or not.
I'll go ahead and turn them on.
Okay. All right. Let's turn those lights on.
Like I thought like Anise would do a big yawn, and then I was like, oh no, that makes me want to do a big yawn.
Okay, so you turn your lights on. When you do that, so before, when you're just using your dark vision, you didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn your lights on. And when you turn the lights on, you also don't see anything out of the ordinary. But as tends to happen when you go from really dark to, bright, like you sort of reflexively close your eyes just to adjust, so you get that red color instead. And you can actually see an outline of something just in that instant from your closed eyes. And that something is actually poking out from under your bed.
But I don't see it.
But you don't see it now that the lights are on.
Anise is just kind of like, well, that's weird. So I saw something under the bed. Oh, I'm really tired, you guys.
Did you get a boogeyman?
I guess I'll go check.
Would you like us to come with you?
I'll just kind of crouch down and look under the bed.
Okay. When you look under the bed, in the dark under the bed, once again you see her.
Oh.
She's looking out at you and she's smiling from under the bed.
Hi there.
Did anybody else get the compile logs?
Get the what?
I think it's because he opened the same. I closed the Pale Observer picture before, and it repopped open for me.
Go. Yeah, I got like a list of like where you had uploaded tokens and stuff that just popped up. I'm like, what? Anyway, sorry.
I mean, that's funnier.
Blinking sleepily, and I just go, hi there. And I look over at the door, and I'm like, this is a dream. I'm dreaming. The stress from everything, I'm going back to bed.
Okay, so when you say hi, she replies to you in German. And what she says, I'm just going to translate. A broken cup. A broken cup. No one needs a broken cup.
And I talk to her. I am wide awake now. I'm like, what do you mean a broken cup?
No one needs a broken cup.
Can you say anything else?
What they need is a cup that holds. A cup for 7, not a cup for none.
What? Can you tell me your name?
I am a broken cup.
So I kind of turn back to look at the people at Penelope and Kwaku, and I'm like, this ghost, was she really pale with white hair and red eyes? She's saying that she is a broken cup and no one needs a broken cup?
Oh.
In German?
Ooh.
At me? I asked her name and she said she was a broken cup.
Oh.
What do we want to do about this?
Penelope's gonna like.
She hasn't attacked me.
But she's also gonna peek under the bed.
Okay, when you peek under the bed, you also see her, and she turns at you and goes, no one needs a broken cup.
But still in German?
Yeah, but in German, so to you it probably sounds more scary. In the way that someone speaking a language you don't understand, but staring directly into your soul would be, no matter what they're saying.
German is just inherently more...
Is that what she was saying to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you think she is afraid of the lights?
Possibly. I don't know why she would be under the bed otherwise.
Would you like me to turn off the lights?
Well, if we do, we have her kind of contained right now. Can I like roll maybe insight or something?
Yeah, you can roll insight to try to get an idea of what she's about.
Because like, I don't think that she's gonna attack us, but she's also a ghost. Oh!
Oh, wow. It sat on the other number for a while, too.
It did.
It was scary there for a minute.
Yeah, what you're getting the sense out of her is that she's not doing anything aggressive. She seems to think she's communicating with you somehow. Like, this is something that's supposed to make sense to you.
Hmm.
And also because you had a 20 on it, you also notice that when she turned to look at Penelope, she shifted her head, but she's keeping her body squarely over a spot, and she's just sort of moving her head around to everything else. Like, she doesn't want to leave that space.
I don't know if she's afraid of the lights or she can't move. She can only move in the darkness. But like I said, we have her contained right now. I don't know if we turned off the lights if she would stay here. That being said, I don't. She just keeps talking about a broken cup. Said something about needing a cup for 7 and not 9. I don't know what that means.
It was none, just to clarify.
None.
That was probably me messing up verbally.
Needing a cup for 7 and not none, but I don't know what that means.
Penelope looks under the bed again. Are you trying to have a tea party, or like what's going on here?
I'm not going to translate that.
Penelope, roll perception since you haven't actually had a good chance to see her when there's lighting.
Lord. Okay, hold on. Where's my perception? It's under ability. No, it's not. Where is it?
Second tab.
Skills.
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
All right. Okay, so you can definitely see that she is still transparent to some extent.
Huh?
Like you almost get the sense looking at her, and since you can see through her, that she might not even be able to hurt you. She doesn't look that strong. And the way that she's behaving sort of implies that she's not. It's kind of like the way that a child would interact with an animal. Not really aggressive, but not afraid. Just like, this is a thing that I'm looking at. It's kind of neat.
Penelope's gonna stick her arm under the bed and like try to poke her.
Okay.
We've got the little basilisk thing. So
Would you be wearing that?
I don't know.
You're in pajamas.
That's true.
Where did you put it when he gave it to you?
She probably just put it in her bag.
Okay, then you probably don't have it on. Then yeah, your hand just goes through her, and when you do that, she looks back up at you. This time she's more confused. Like, she doesn't know why that's happening either. And then she looks back up at you, and in German, she says, "The broken cup has a hole."
I'll translate.
Oh. Oh. Can you ask her if she's stuck under here?
I'll ask if she's stuck under the bed.
Okay, she'll look back at you, and I'm not going to keep swapping through the pictures, but she smiles again. You get the idea now. She smiles back at you when you ask that question, and then she replies, "A broken cup can point the way." And then she inches back a little bit, and based on the perception roll that you still had from before, you can see that while there's a carpet covering the entire floor of the room, there's a spot under the bed where it looks like the carpet's actually been cut. Like, you could presumably reach into and under it, like maybe something is hiding under the bed.
So, there's something under the bed. Like, a place where the carpet looks weird, and she's right above it. Go away, spam caller. So, she's not going to hurt us. I don't think she's going to run away now. So we can turn the lights off. If that's okay with you. I know you can't see well in the dark.
I'll be fine.
See them by Blackberry.
Yeah,
That's
she
true.
just like pulls
Turn
her
the
phone out. It's like, it's okay. The
Turn
thing
on the
has lights on
flashlight
it.
feature. I was about to be like, do I have produced flame or anything? But you've got a Blackberry. You're fine.
It's okay. I got a phone.
All right.
I do have produce flame though, just in case.
Okay, so the light's back off. So
Can you ask Raps to come in here and pick up the bed? I guess. Kwaku.
Right.
Sure. He's very helpful for moving. Let's give him some space.
Did when we cut the lights off, did the ghost move away, or is it still?
So when you did that, let's see, where did I end up moving her? Whatever. There doesn't matter if there's two of her. You can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's under one of the other tokens, and I don't feel like finding her. Yeah. So once the lights go out, she floats back out and down here a little bit near the window, like she's giving room for Raps to do his thing, but not entirely off the bed. And Raps lifts up the bed fairly easily, what with it being a massive golem. And when he does so, it goes right through her. She just floats through the bed and out the bottom. And then she points at a little hook on the edge of that carpet bit that was much harder to see before, but you can see it with your dark vision now. It actually glints a little bit in the reflected snow light and the blackberry light.
I'll use produce flame to have a little flame in my hand to give a little bit more light in the room, but not hopefully so much that it scares her off.
She shies away at first, but she doesn't leave. She's just sort of poking out of the wall that goes to the bathroom now. So she gave it a little distance, but Raps is now... I'm just going to move Raps over here. Raps is now holding this bed up.
So there's a hook?
Yeah, it's like a hook like when you see a trap door or something.
Oh.
Like
okay.
like you could hook into it and pull it up.
Okay.
I also just realized I'm not doing the accent.
It's all good.
It's okay.
You're sleepy. It turns out that's your daytime voice.
Oh yeah. Yes, totally. Speak like an American when I'm too tired. All right. I guess I'll pull the hook. Pull up that trapdoor.
Okay. You find 3 things stored in a small like cavity of the floor, and I will show those to you. So the first thing you find, it's actually rather big looking. So let's get you a picture. There you go.
Oh, good. That looks sharp.
It's a big old shiny halberd. It's white. It's got some red accents on it. And it is actually... so you see that poking out, but as you look a little bit closer, you can see that it's actually sandwiched in between 2 big white cloth or fabric or something of the sort, which ignore the people in them, but they look like these outfits. One is purple and one is black.
It's just the outfits.
Just the outfits. There are no people in them.
Just the outfits, not the people.
Yeah. To my knowledge, there's not an easy way to find a picture of just that unless I'm stealing someone's cosplay reference photos, and I feel like that's rude, so I'm not doing that.
On a side note, not related to this, but I just realized like how similar the concept of this outfit is to like Saber's outfit.
A little bit, yeah.
In the top.
I mean,
Anyway,
they summoned her first.
that's true. That's true.
But yeah, so you find essentially a white and black outfit, and that like sort of navy/purple and white outfit, and that big old halberd stored away under the bed. And when that happens, the ghost floats over to them. And then she sort of using her hand, she kind of paws at the fabric and then mimes putting on the hat. Like her hands go through it, but she shows you the gesture of putting on a hat. And then she sort of smiles at the two of you and she says, "A broken cup has shown you the way." And then she disappears.
So
Doing her
She-
cosplays.
she wants us to wear them, I think. Maybe that's how we'll get through the ghosts in the forest.
Maybe.
Well, through the barrier.
Yeah, maybe she's saying that if we wear these, they won't attack us. Like,
Is one of them like comically small or?
No, they are the normal sizes.
oh no,
boy.
Penelope is gonna fucking swim.
I'm trying to think if like Anise would have any sort of like sewing ability.
Would you like some help fitting into one of those?
Please.
I happen to know a lot of very helpful individuals when it comes to weaving and sewing.
As long as I don't have to look at them.
No, they work very well at night. Which one would you like to be smaller?
Which one do you want? You get first pick. Since you found them.
I'll take the blue one.
Okay.
I'll take the blue one.
Okay.
Then I'll take the other one. I guess I'm gonna. You can carry the big pointy thing.
I'm gonna suppose that the halberd is taller than Penelope is for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine her trying to carry that around? They're just like, ah!
Suppose the halberd's not too much different from a staff.
You would very much look like a Final Fantasy character carrying that thing around.
Maybe I can carry both.
Dual wield.
Or I suppose I can leave the staff here. Going to probably look after it.
Like mechanically, I don't think you're actually proficient with halberds.
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a normal druid thing. That doesn't mean you can't carry it, obviously. But
clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, spears.
okay, so which one did Anise pick, just so I can drop the right one in your inventory?
Oh, the purple one.
Purple one. There you go. And that means Penelope is going to get the bigger black one. And just to save time, I'm going to say that overnight, Kwaku is going to scale it down a little bit for you.
Wait.
It's helpful to have people that make mystic codes.
That's true.
And big old thing. And just to clarify, and so people don't read too much meta into it, there's plenty of loot that you're not expected to use. I didn't want to be like, suspiciously you only find equipment for your party, because that's weird. Considering the mage world is a great deal about barter and trade, it's not the worst idea just to hang on to stuff. And likewise, maybe someday you'll swap into a class that wants to use it, or maybe it's just pretty. All kinds of options. But for right now, your ghost seems to have left. You've got some new outfits. Your golem is holding up a bed that you presumably wanted to sleep on.
I am still quite tired. I'm very awake now. Meeting a ghost will do that.
Yeah. That'll do that.
Feeling we're gonna need our energy tomorrow.
Raps, you can put the bed back down, buddy.
Boom, boom. Lowers the bed. Doesn't drop it, though. Actually puts it down at a reasonable pace. Well, I guess we'll get to work on resizing this, and while I'm at it, I'll check it and make sure it's not haunted.
Oh, good. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't want haunted clothes.
So,
No.
shall we plan to head out at dawn?
Sure, I guess.
I guess so.
I'm gonna need
Yep.
twice as much coffee as normal, I think.
It'll be fine. It's all fine.
Not normally a coffee drinker, but tea is just not going to cut it.
Alright, and before Penelope walks out the door, she's gonna be like, good night! And then walks out the door.
A broken cup.
Flings herself onto the bed, like, face first into the pillows.
The moose continues to watch.
God damn it. She, like, I don't know, pulls out a pair of sunglasses and just puts them on the moose and then just goes back to bed.
The moose looks 20% cooler. Okay. So the best part now is that nothing else happens.
Hooray!
Yay.
And if anyone had any spells used or anything, you get them back. Hit dice, you get them back. No one's done anything yet that's actually used those resources up. But you did it. You've got those back.
I'm gonna make a quick roll. Oh no, okay. Penelope's snoring.
That's fair.
Anise didn't hear when you yelped or knocked on the door the first time, so
I also just realized I never went to bother Crosby.
that's true.
Well, he wasn't here. You knew that he went back out
Oh.
to
Say,
like to reinforce the barrier on the place where all those other people downstairs were staying. So he wouldn't have been here anyway.
so we probably should have went and bothered the ghost guy.
Be like, hey, ghost friend guy, dude, Kermit the Frog, please come help us. Ugh.
Okay. But you did it. You survived the night.
Hooray! Suddenly daylight.
Da-na-na. It has become daytime.
Alright. Penelope's gonna get up. And then she's gonna run downstairs.
Downstairs nursing a cup of coffee. I'm just say this place is coffee. If they don't, I'm going to burn it down.
Oh no! There you go.
Yep. So when you get out, you can already see just from looking over the balcony that the place is pretty cleared out.
No, I'm stuck outside.
Drag her down to the porch and then around.
There we go.
It will not let you phase through the wall.
Oh, you mean I'm not a ghost?
Nope.
That's the test. That's how you know.
Oh no. Penelope's gonna launch herself onto that stool. Good morning!
Is it though?
I mean, last time I checked, it is morning.
I meant good.
Oh,
Far too early.
I mean, that's true. But you've got coffee.
Winter is a time for sleeping in.
The cowboy gives you both a coffee.
Summer is when you are awake at dawn. Winter is when you stay in bed all day.
Penelope asks for a full pot of coffee.
A whole pot?
A whole pot. One of those silver guys that's like full of coffee. I can't remember the word.
Terrific?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Well, I reckon I can get you a whole trough if you like.
Maybe not a whole trough, but
I could drink a whole trough, to be honest.
don't do that. You will
Okay,
find
he actually leaves you the pot.
Thank you. Like, as she's talking, she's already like knocked back one cup and is refilling the next cup.
Impressive.
Would you like more?
I'm still working on my second.
Okay.
Penelope, roll insight.
Okay.
I guess we're saying I'm too sleepy to notice anything.
This is something that if anyone was going to pick up on, it was going to be her. Yeah, that's high enough. You can see Gunter almost make a comment that, like, you could just tell from experiencing this at several points in your life when drinking coffee that he almost suggested that you ease it up or it'll stunt your growth, but he thought the better of it, and so he just moved on.
Oh, would I need to roll perception to see if there's anyone in the room? Not like invisible people, but just people.
You don't see any people. There's not really anywhere to hide.
Right.
You had plenty of time between looking down over the balcony and walking down the stairs and getting in the room to see that no one else is around.
Gunter, does the phrase "a broken cup" mean anything to you? Have you heard anything about a broken cup?
I don't reckon I have. Where did you hear that?
A ghost visited us last night, that's all.
Oh.
She was very pale and had white hair and red eyes and kept saying that she was a broken cup.
Sounded like your girlfriend.
Oh, if I were so lucky. But no, that does sound about right like them. They say that the ghosts that you see out near the woods do tend to look about like them. That's why they call them the White Witches. Did she hurt you?
No, she didn't. Just startled us mostly.
Oh, that was
Spoken German.
mighty peculiar, but perhaps she's friendly.
Seems so.
Penelope is on her third cup of coffee and is like locking eyes with Gunter, like you were fucking about to say, sir. Doesn't say that out loud, but just like very pointedly being like, "Yep, I'm drinking another fucking cup."
Let's roll a Gunter die. See if Gunter picks up on that.
Can I roll an intimidation die?
Gunter did not roll well enough to pick up on that. He's just continuing on his merry way. Oh, is that your intimidation? Yeah. Oh, well, in that case, Gunter knows better than to cross a woman before she's had her fourth cup of coffee.
Hello, welcome to Penelope.
I should probably ease up after this cup and just drink tea.
It'll run right through you. You got to be careful. In fact, the two of you are going out to see my friend shortly, right?
That's the plan.
All right. Well, in that case, let me just give you some of this. It's a bit cold out there. You might appreciate it. And he puts a thermos on the table in front of you.
I will open the thermos and kind of just sniff.
You recognize immediately the smell of yeehaw chili.
Damn it, I knew it was going to be yeehaw chili.
I had my hopes up. I thought it'd be whiskey or something. Oh.
This will keep you warm.
That it will. I just close the thermos and... Yeah. Oh, it's dawn. It's basically dawn, right?
Yeah. The sun is coming up. Like, a lot of the light in the room now is just off the reflected snow going through the relatively few windows at the front.
Where is Kwaku? He was gonna come with us, right? That was
Yeah.
the plan? Okay.
Yeah. About this point, he actually is gonna walk down. Just gonna hide Raps because, big surprise, Raps does not walk down. That would be questionable.
We're dressed in our normal clothes right now.
Right. I would assume so.
Yeah, he's not delivered your smaller ones yet.
Yeah, I assume I'm dressed in normal clothes, but all of my gear and stuff is upstairs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Penelope is finishing her fourth cup of coffee.
Oh, good coffee.
And then she just slides the rest of the pot over to Kwaku.
What kinds of teas do you have? You do have tea, right?
Of course we've got tea. What kind of cowboy doesn't enjoy a bit of fine leaf water?
Anise just finishes her second cup and puts it down on the table, or bar.
Yep, we've got some Earl Grey, and some Earl Green, and some Earl Red.
Kind of tea aficionado, and I don't know that I've heard of the second two.
Oh, they're a regional delicacy.
Oh, I'll take one of each then.
Very good. And he reaches down under the little table and produces some tea bags, and then he goes and gets you some boiling water. He brings it back, pours it in a little mug in front of you.
I suppose I'll try the red first.
It actually is just a normal red tea. It seems like he just likes to think that tea are named after their color, with Earl coming before it for some reason. Like the green tea also just looks like a green tea.
Oh. Yes, these are quite interesting local delicacies. I'll still enjoy them.
Yeah, I mean, they still taste good. It's just, you get the impression that the finer world of tea is lost on this German cowboy.
Honestly, I was expecting it to just be iced tea, like southern sweet tea, and
God.
that's it.
That's harder to get in Europe.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeehaw.
Like, this is the kind of person who, if he ever actually went to a Bojangles, would probably lose his mind. And his teeth, probably.
Probably.
Oh, Kwaku, our guest has given us a fine thermos of hot chili to keep us warm. Isn't he so generous?
Well, I'm a fan of not freezing to death. Thank you very much, friend Gunter.
Potion to fuck up your insides.
Are you handing the thermos to him?
No, I was just commenting on it.
Okay.
Right, so 4 cups of coffee was too. Well, hold on. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna roll this.
Roll Constitution.
Roll Constitution.
That's probably wise.
I'm rolling a Constitution. I think that's the correct one.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, so yeah.
Upon seeing you, Gunter points out, you might have an easier time getting to the bathroom down here versus the one upstairs in your room.
Oh, I don't have to pee, sir. It's fine.
Do I notice you like vibrating on your
Just, like,
stool?
You're doing that thing where your foot is rocking and you don't realize it. But
now?
everyone can hear the thump, 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 especially because, like, your feet don't go all the way to the ground, so you're just hitting the stool into the ground.
How was your night? Did you sleep okay?
I mean, after the ghost. Yes,
Yep.
I suppose.
Yep.
How many cups have you had?
I don't remember.
You should stop.
I did. I gave Kwaku the rest. Alright, did you sleep okay?
It's just watching this happen. Oh, yes, I slept fine. In fact, the thing that I'm doing for you is ready whenever you'd like to check it out.
Oh, good.
I made an assumption on your measurements, but I like to think I have an eye for this.
I hope so.
Perhaps,
Your trust.
perhaps you should have some milk or water or something.
I mean, maybe. Good, we're gonna have water.
Breakfast, perhaps.
Oh yeah, food would be good too.
Get some food in your stomach.
Gunter, bring me the whole menu.
Don't bring her the whole menu.
Then just bring me a menu.
He hands you a menu. The breakfast options are pretty standard fare.
I'll take the pancakes.
Oh, they don't have like fun pun names.
The breakfast one's not so much. They're just like more normal stuff. I think there's an understanding that when people are first waking up in the morning, they don't want to think any more than they have to. Which is probably the most sensible business decision you're ever going to get out of this guy.
So yeah, she's ordering pancakes.
Okay. He's gonna go get those for you.
Okay, very important question. Are the stools in this place the spinny kind, or are they kind of just stable?
Oh, they're the spinny kind. Like, I don't have a picture for them, but they're the spinny kind. Have fun.
Oh, good. Okay.
They're the spinny kind that have like the little foot holster things on the bottom, but otherwise it's just like a single beam. So like when you're sitting there and your feet are rocking up and down, they're specifically rocking on the little metal thing that people rest their feet on when they're leaning. It just is at full stride for you.
I'm gonna roll an athletics check really quick. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So she tries to start spinning the stool around. It does not go well.
It is far too early in the morning for these antics. I'll try and catch her before she falls.
She doesn't fall, but she definitely is a little dizzy now.
Just face plants onto the counter.
Okay, so at that point, he taps a little bit to the side of your face to make some room for your pancakes.
She rolls over. She's like, "Thank you."
Oh, like...
Would you like some kind of berries on those?
What kind of berries?
Blueberry, raspberry, Earlsberry.
What's an Earlsberry?
It's a blackberry. It's named after the tea, I think.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, let's get those just because I'm curious.
They are just blackberries.
Can we say that Anise ordered some kind of breakfast?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
eggs and
We don't have to go into all of the menu details because it's like a normal menu. So you can
fruit.
get what you order. It's food.
Yeah.
Eggs, bacon, fruit, your choice, waffles or pancakes, all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna assume he has Texas toast.
Yes. It is very thick. It is cut at an irresponsible thickness.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yeah.
It is thick spelled with a CQUE.
Thick like it was drawn by a Type Moon artist for a third of characters.
It's a full third of an entire loaf of bread.
This is like the CCC toast.
Oh,
Oh no.
It is irresponsibly thick.
Okay, so Penelope inhales her pancakes. And then is like, "All right, I'm ready when you guys are. I'm gonna go upstairs to get dressed."
Okay, I will go get it for you.
Yeah, I'll also go.
All right, I'm gonna just drag everyone over there for the sake of speed.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and I feel like Anise would have something sewn into her backpack to let her stow her staff while she's not using it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will carry the staff that way and just carry the halberd normally. As you do. Just
as you do.
going off into a haunted forest with a halberd.
Oh, I misclicked and I accidentally grabbed one of the yesterday patrons and put him in your room. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Because you sat on the stool that he was on before.
Oh no!
That was funnier.
Oh. There I am.
Yep.
Oh wait, should probably just go get that thing. Whoa. Hold on.
Oh, I guess he resized the one for me too.
Yeah.
And be like, "What up?" Just gonna jump on the
Just jumping on his bed.
jumping on the bed.
That's fair. Don't worry about it. I also jumped on it.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, good.
Yes, so fun fact, these are not cursed or haunted or anything that I could tell about them, but they do have a unique property to them.
Which is?
They seem to be reinforced.
Reinforced how?
Are you familiar with the forms of magecraft that are used to make things more durable than they should be?
I'm gonna roll.
I was about to say, am I?
Am I?
Wait, would this be history or arcana?
This would be Arcana.
Probably.
Seems likely that one of you at least has heard of this before.
I don't know. Tell me all about it.
Sure. So, this is actually something that's called reinforcement. Specifically, like that's the common term for it. It's a type of magecraft where you alter the properties of a thing to make it more durable and do a better job of whatever it's meant to do. It can't make it do anything it couldn't do before, but in the case of clothing, it would make it harder to damage, harder to get messy. Possibly in some cases, just
That's what Shiro does.
more. It's exactly what Shiro does. Yeah.
That makes sense.
He put paper tube into iron pipe.
He make paper tube into iron pipe and smack people with it.
It would explain how they keep their robes so white, for one. But also, it's actually pretty durable. Out of curiosity alone, I hung it up on the bear, and I had Raps hit it, and it didn't break it or the bear. So
Cool.
I would recommend perhaps wearing it at least for the time being, seeing as we're not exactly armed
So it's
or
like
armored.
fancy armor.
And
Fancy armor.
since they're in your inventory, you can actually equip them.
Hooray! How do I do that?
There's a little symbol next to items in your list.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it was like automatically equipped.
Yeah, it probably did because it's entered as armor. So in practice, when they're equipped, let's see if both of you have them equipped. I might have to identify it for you to see it. Fantasy Grounds knowledge.
The halberd is a one-handed item?
It's two-handed. Is it only showing up as one-handed?
Yeah, the quarterstaff is showing up as two-handed, and the reason arm is only one hand.
That's weird. It says two-handed on my screen. Maybe there's something weird going on. Or it is a two-handed weapon, so maybe it's not reading it properly.
Two-handed in the description. You're right. Weird. Oh, I see.
But yeah,
I can do offhand.
I probably have to identify it for you to get this benefit, so we're gonna do that. Doop. Identify purple. And identify black. And both of you should have a higher AC now.
Hooray! Yeah, Shelly, that's great.
Huzzah.
Shelly meowed when you're like, you should have higher,
It's helpful. Yeah, in practice, what's going on is while you're wearing this, we're going to count the fact that he set it up for both of you with you in mind as close enough to fudge the rules for attunement. We're going to count it as attuned so that you actually get the effect for right now. And as long as you're using it as one of your attuned items, you have mage armor on.
Cool.
So your minimum AC becomes 13, and then your dexterity bonus is added to it.
Sweet.
So neat.
How do you attune?
What was that?
How do you attune?
It is. It is.
Okay.
There's no boxes that you have to check in Fantasy Grounds. It just assumes that if it's identified, you attune to it.
Gotcha.
If we ever reach the point where you have 4 attunement things, we have to start turning things off, I will. But for now, each of you only has 1 attunement item, so that probably isn't even going to matter for several levels because you don't get that many things like that, especially at level 3. Because like those glasses you have are not an attunement thing. You just put them on or you look at them. And the earrings are not attunement either, so. Cool. Well, yeah, you are set now, so shall we head out?
Yay.
All right.
Penelope just like launches herself off of the bed.
Whoop.
Takes the uniform.
Is everyone taking all of their stuff, or is anyone leaving some stuff behind just so we know what's up?
I'll take everything. You never know when you're gonna need a teapot or...
I mean, of the stuff that is listed in Penelope's equipment, I think she will probably leave the viola.
Okay.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
German newspaper, a wolf key, tranquilizers, you know.
She's gonna leave her like suitcase of like clothes and stuff.
Okay.
She's going to assume they are coming back.
That is fair. You can actually mark the things that you're not carrying with you, the same way that like cycling through those things for equipment works.
Yeah.
So anything you want to leave behind, you can just make it an empty circle.
Okay. Yeah.
Then the weight won't factor in, and you won't have to worry about any of that. Like, we're not watching weight too closely, but it's helpful just for keeping track of what you are and aren't lugging around.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. She's good. Oh no, the microphone's not in there.
Oh, yeah, because we came up with that earlier. How will we survive?
Right now. Hold on. There.
You did it. It exists now.
Yeah, I don't have the potion in my inventory.
Oh, yeah, you've got it. I didn't make it an item, but I probably should. In hindsight, it's a plot coupon. Now, if you decide you want to drink it, then it matters, but I don't recommend it.
Nah.
I like looking at the equipment list right now because it's like, you know, your typical travel kit of a blackberry and a kazoo.
As
and
you do.
A short sword.
There you go.
This is my travel kazoo.
It's for kazooing on the road. Okay, yep. So you've got those now. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we get to use a feature that we haven't got to use before.
Making my way downstairs.
So in the upper right of all of the screen, there's a thing called Party Sheet.
Party sheet. Party.
It's the fun sheet. And in the Party Sheet, you should see an inventory tab, which is going to keep track of stuff that anyone in the party can get. So like if you ever run across a thing and you want to split them up, I just dump it all in there and you each pick who wants what.
Okay.
And then there's an order, which determines the default way that your group is traveling on the map. And it's got your old tokens in it. So I'm going to update that.
Oh. Hello, old tokens.
But I took a guess as to how you would want to walk. It'll be up to you if that's how you want to walk. You can rearrange yourselves on that little chart.
It looks fine to me.
But first, I'm going to replace these things with your new tokens because more fun that way.
And Kim has stepped away for just a second.
As is her right.
Oh no, she's gone.
How could this have
no,
happened?
She's also gone. Ah. Oh, there's Anise.
You can also use this for determining the watch order for characters when they're taking a nap.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that there's less ambiguity if it's just like, and then we take a nap, but we don't expressly specify. Like, this just sets some defaults.
Cool.
Fortunately for this party, the watch is just going to be Raps. Raps is an unsleeping individual, can stand watch all night.
You'd be like, sleep, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Golems are fun like that. But yeah, so I guess if that works for the two of you, then whenever we use maps, that's how I'm going to drop you on there, and then you can move around as you see fit.
Ooh, hold on. I just looked in this other thing. What is this CL Senpai's house rule cliff notes.
Yeah, so I wrote down all of the house rules that we're following in one place so that you could reference it later if you want.
Oh Lord,
It's just an
okay.
item you can open. You don't have to memorize any of that, but it's there for reference.
I just found the bit about currency, and I'm like, wow, Penelope just wasted so much money.
Yeah. Money is abstracted, like it even says in there.
I think she literally gave the waiter $50.
Sounds about right. You're a baller.
It's like, here you go. Keep the change. It's
I mean,
fine.
the waiter was happy.
Pay your wait staff.
It's important. But yeah, I dropped in here the custom feats and how they work, the currency conversion. It's rough. Like, you're gonna get some weird thing where I'm gonna accidentally charge you like $50 for a hamburger because I'm not paying attention. Like, we'll deal. A list of the spells that are way high level but that don't exist because of how Type Moon magic works. The way that the different kinds of magic actually work in universe, like arcane versus divine versus nature versus all that stuff and what they correspond to in lore. Most of it doesn't matter mechanically, but I made a bunch of these notes and decided to finally put them actually in the game. If anyone in the future is watching this and you're looking for rules that you can use to run Type Moon games, I would actually strongly recommend picking up the Nat 19 abridged groups release for their Holy Grail War rules.
Okay.
They've run through a 70 session D&D campaign where they covered a Grail War and the lead up to a Grail War, and then they actually did like another like 5-episode thing at the end of it, which was just the beach episode, which is even more Grail War, but funny. And they put together a supplement and they released that. Like, I'd been working on my own thing for like 2 years when that came out.
Yeah.
But having someone already playtest their way through a lot of stuff meant that I happily picked that up and started grabbing things because
Blame you.
I didn't playtest like all of the extra servant classes or any of that stuff, and there are rules for that, like way more stuff than I'd mapped out. So it's definitely useful, even if it's just getting your brain going in a direction to think about stuff. And so, like, what notes I have here are mostly what I'm doing, and this will get expanded when we actually get to servants because I didn't put any rules for those in. But if anyone watching wants to run their own game, definitely pick up that. It's well worth the time, and they know what they're doing. They also are the source of like half of the current Fate memes, so they've got street cred. They're the ones who came up with actually Satan and Shiro yelling, "I want that," and all of those memes. So it's fun times. The giant rant about how much they hate marbles, that's from them. It's good times. And their abridged series is amazing, and you should watch it anyway because it's funny. But yeah, so like, I just wanted to capture the house rules and something that everyone would have access to whenever they wanted to look at it.
Cool. Hey.
So everybody hearing good?
I think so.
All right. Well, in that case, we can finally close the saloon.
The saloon's closed. Get out.
Get out.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Actually, like, is there anything else that you want to buy, or can we safely assume that you're covered now? Like, some things I've abstracted out like before, where if it's something you would have been traveling with, you already have. But if there's anything you think you would want, we can do the proverbial, and then you went to the drugstore nearby kind of thing. Like, I'm assuming you've got food and stuff like that because you were traveling, so I'm not sweating that.
I think we're good. I don't think Penelope needs anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye, map. You will be remembered. Goodbye, all of the different pictures I have of the girl staring at you. Close all of those too. Okay, so you've gone outside. It is still snowing. It seems to actually be picking up. There's more snow here than you saw even on the drive up. So, something's up with that. But the three of you, with Kwaku carrying his box that has wraps in it, are heading down the. So the area behind the tavern has a bit of a walking path that goes down towards the woods. It's the area where presumably Gunter first met with the White Witch who asked him to make his saloon. It's the place where drunk people claim to have seen ghosts. Like, it's pretty clearly a thing. Mm-hmm. So, the tree line is pretty defined. It's not like, here's a tree, there's a tree. Like, it's like there's this line where suddenly there's a bunch of trees. And just past it, there's just grass and a hill and snow. So, would you like to walk in?
Yes.
Sure. Did Gunter say anything when we walked downstairs wearing those outfits, by the way?
Oh, yeah, so when that happened, Gunter sort of looks out from the kitchen. So I didn't describe this before, but I don't think it's that big of a jump that the door to the kitchen is like the Batwing like saloon doors that flap back and forth when you walk through them. So he pokes out from around that when he hears the group of you walking out, and he just sort of does that whistle thing that cowboys are known to do.
I need to know.
And then he taps his hat to you, and then he goes back in the kitchen.
Huh.
Well, that was the thing that happened.
Yep, that definitely happened. Let's walk into the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Roll initiative.
No.
The woods are attacking.
Oh no. So as you step into the trees, the two of you don't notice anything, but Kwaku stops walking for a second. And Kwaku's got to roll something. Hey, buddy. Let's see how you doing. Okay, so for a second there, he looks a little disoriented, but he sort of shakes his head and continues walking forward, and then he kind of says to you, okay, so the world twisted a little bit there, but I think I'm okay. I can see how that would throw off someone if they were already drunk, though. Did either of you feel that? And
Did we?
You did not. Seems like nothing is messing with you.
No.
I suspect it might be the clothing.
Probably.
It would make sense given it's what they wear.
Cool. I mean, not cool that you felt that, but
No,
cool.
no, I'm thankfully have a fair bit of mental fortitude on my side. So, but that definitely would be disorienting. Perhaps that is why our necromancer friend would have trouble getting in. He seems to have been... He's picked up a lot of city miles, and he might not be able to handle that.
It's a shame neither of you found these uniforms.
I don't know that it would really bring out my eyes as well. All right.
On that note.
Now we're going to share a big old map. Let's see how well this comes through.
Whoa! I just see snow. Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, the snow's coming down pretty heavy once you go in the woods. It's actually way worse than it is outside.
Oh, good.
Get a little bit of Narnia vibes to it.
It is March, right?
It is, in fact, March. Both in the game and in real life. Ah!
Snowy forest.
There you go.
Wow, this is a large map. Hold on.
Yeah, he's going to let Raps out now.
I'm having to resize the window. Hold on.
Let me do it for you.
Oh no, I was like resizing like the actual window itself, not the map.
Oh, I gotcha.
It was like. Hooray.
All right. So yeah, here you go. It's snowing.
Lord.
It's a bit cold, as we expected, I suppose.
I'm probably fine in my clothes, but Penelope, you wearing a jacket at least?
I mean, you're wearing robes.
Oh yeah, we're wearing the robes.
Yeah.
Never mind.
They seem to do an okay job of keeping you warm. Like, you're not super comfortable, but you're not freezing.
I'll be fine. I had like 20 cups of coffee. It's fine.
Yeah, you're still vibrating like Fry.
We've always got the yeehaw chili.
No, I'm good.
Which I actually did bring along.
It becomes more appealing as I lose touch of my toes, but we're not there yet. But okay.
So, clarification, which direction did we walk in from on the map?
You walked in from the top left.
Okay.
In fact, in general orientation, the direction to the southeast would be continuing in from where you entered the woods, so that would be the most straight ahead.
Okay,
so like Raps is currently in lead.
Okay, cool.
But it's definitely snowing pretty heavily. Visibility is not compromised yet, but you can only really see so far in it. You can tell just from the general outline that you're going uphill. Like, you seem to be going uphill a little bit. Like, you started by going down into the woods, and then once you'd gone a little bit in, like, 5 minutes in, you reach this point where it's actually started to sort of slope back up a bit, almost like the entire region was sort of a dip and then back up, like you're coming out of a tiny valley and up towards presumably the heart of the woods, or at least closer to it in that direction.
All right.
So I don't suppose she told you where she lives in these woods, or should we assume it's the castle?
I would assume it's the castle.
Well, at least we shouldn't be able to miss it. It's rather large, from what I've heard. Well, shall we go forward?
Nowhere to go but forward, yeah.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, whichever way.
Lead on, Raps. I'm sure you can find the way.
Huh. Oh no. Can't move.
Oh yeah, I can't move my token.
Is it not letting you move your token at all? Oh, it's because it's a new map. Hold on. How about now?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. It defaults them to being locked for some reason. I don't really understand that.
That's frustrating.
All right. So let's get you a little bit more visibility here. Do. There's a little bit, but boxes are boring. Let's do it this way instead.
Ooh.
There we go.
More woods.
Big chunks of walking.
All right.
Once you get past those trees, you can see a little bit more, actually. So I'm just going to reveal a whole lot more of the map.
Can I make like a general perception check?
You can.
Just to see if I notice anything that stands out at all to me. No, probably not. That's a 10. That's gross.
I mean, it's enough to tell that the snow is picking up as you go forward, which isn't usually how weather works, but...
Okay, is it snowing like a little more?
Does appear that way.
Ugh. Like, how thick is the snow on the ground? Like,
over here, it's actually reaching the point where it's probably about 6 or 8 inches. Like, it's coming down a lot compared to something that wasn't even here on your drive up.
Yeah, because you're small. You'd probably be having trouble with it, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to cast Long Strider on you, which increases your speed by 10 feet for the duration of an hour.
Oh, good.
So let me see if I can do that without... Hang on. No. How would I do that? I don't think we have the combat tracker.
I'll add you to it so you can do effects. Oh, wow, there's still some stuff from when you were testing other things. Get out of here, Shinji. I think because you have new tokens, they might not all be on here. I'm just going to clear it and then add you new.
Oh.
Oh.
Where is the combat tracker?
It's the top right corner.
Oh,
it's the one next to the.
All right, let's add you. All right, so we got.
You'd think there'd be a way to do this without needing the combat tracker, but oh well.
You could technically drag it onto the token, but I found the combat trackers easier. There we go. Just going to put all of you on here. And let's not forget our big friend.
Dang it.
What happened?
I tried to drag it onto her, but I think it just cast it, and now I don't have it in my actions.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
Like, if the effect is on her, we'll just say it's on her.
Okay.
Like, I don't think it does anything that the numbers have to calculate.
That's fair.
So it probably is just like a lot of the soft effects, it doesn't really have to do anything, so it doesn't matter. You just acknowledge you did it.
Gotcha.
It's mostly there for checking off, so you remember how many times you use it. Like, I don't think haste or flight or any of that have representation either, beyond just the fact that it's something with concentration.
Whoops.
You are super long strid.
You have a 10. You have a plus 10. Presumably, it also allows you to move a little better in the snow.
Yay!
Yeah, like when the snow gets sufficiently heavy and your movement is compromised, the extra 10 factors in before it gets cut, so that's good.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so Penelope did a perception and got a 10. Anise cast a spell.
I guess I'll also roll. I'll roll something to see if I get the idea that this snow is maybe a magical thing.
Yeah, you could roll your choice of nature or arcana to try to figure it out. Nature if you want to see if it's normal nature, arcana if you want to see if it's magic. Either way.
Nope.
It's cold.
Must be just an unseasonable snowstorm, I guess. These things happen. You know how it is. You get a couple days of false spring, and you think that you're in the clear, and then bam, winter again.
Yeah.
Extended winter.
Yeah, winter part 2, electric boogaloo.
Yep. So, at this point, Anise can roll perception. Okay. So based on your perception roll, I'm going to expand the view a little bit more. I'm kind of using perception to determine how much bigger the block gets. That seems to be the fairest way to do it. So let's... get a little bit...
There's just one tiny little square out there in the wild.
Oh, on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that... As you can tell, I misclicked, but that's fine.
We can... It's like we can't see around this tree, but then we can see one tiny little...
I'll do you a solid, and I'll just integrate that. Here we go.
I think I can see something of it. Oh, yes, I totally can.
It's true. You can see something kind of weird up there. You can see a bit of a cliff face. It's about 10 feet up. And the snow around that is way, way thicker. Like, it's actually like looking into a snow globe. It's like a small localized blizzard or something is going on. There's a bunch of wind. It's going in a sphere. It's not just flying outward. That is definitely not normal.
Much as I don't want to go over there, I think we should. There's something weird over there at least.
Looking at it.
It might be related to the snow.
To the what?
To all of this snow that probably shouldn't be here.
Arcana check. Oh, I was almost a 20.
That's high enough to know that this looks similar to like an actual like blizzard spell. Not actually blizzard, because that would be ridiculously strong magic, but it reminds you of it, the way that it has this weird cutoff point right there where it suddenly drops down to less snow but still snow. It's almost like something is persisting in that area. So that's weird.
But I don't know for sure that it's causing the rest of the snow, but it's certainly something magical. We should proceed with caution.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. I moved you forward slightly.
Hooray!
You did it.
She's just like latched onto Raps's coat and is just like, wee!
I mean, that would be fair. You've got more movement than Raps does at this point, so that's kind of neat. All right, and now that you're a little bit closer, I'm going to expend it one more time. And while I do that, you can roll perception again.
Oh, so gonna roll perception. Oh, damn.
Some bigger numbers.
Well, we're closer, so we can perceive more.
It makes sense. All right. So, Penelope can see that the really concentrated snow thing, like the weird blizzardy looking thing, actually has something inside of it near the middle. And it looks like that. It's a statue of some kind.
Hey guys, there's a statue.
I assume I could see.
Yeah, you could definitely see that as well. But like even like Penelope can see that part right here. Anise can see that, but she's a bit preoccupied because she can also see something else.
Oh no.
She can see three things, in fact.
Oh no. What are these things? I don't like them. Oh no.
So it's surrounded.
Oh, oh no.
And I'm going to add those things to a combat tracker. And then we might actually get a fight.
Oh no.
We gotta just talk our way out of this one.
Assuming it lets me add them to a combat tracker. Should it feel the
well.
need.
They can't be added to the combat tracker. We don't have to fight them.
That's how rules work.
Yep. We've solved your creepy snow goblin problem.
There they are.
Oh no.
Let me see if you can see them on the combat tracker.
Currently, I only see the 4 of us.
Nope, it's because they are unidentified.
Oh, good.
But I am going to make them not invisible. Because you did see them. And you saw them just in time. All right. Now we're going to make this a brand new combat. Okay. So you can see their order, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do we need to roll initiative?
No, it rolled it up.
It did it for you. Kwaku is not known for his speed. Oh, no. Okay, so let's set a starting turn. Bah. All right. This guy gonna move up here, go after the biggest, scariest thing it can find. Okay. So it definitely managed to hit. But what does it do? Okay, so it rolls up on wraps, and this tiny little thing, let me actually show you a picture of it because I don't think the tokens are really doing them a lot of justice. They're kind of faint looking. It is give me your picture of this thing.
Oh, that's lovely.
A little ice devil.
He's pretty.
Yeah, he just flew over to your buddy Raps, and then he exhaled a bunch of cold air on him.
That's not nice.
And it hurt.
Quite rude.
Very, very minimally hurt. It took 1 damage.
Rude.
Raps is pretty resistant to ice. Not that this guy knew it.
Still rude.
Still very rude. It's like you don't just fly up to somebody and then exhale on them. It's just not done.
Oh.
All right, well, that was the first one. Let's go to the next action. It's this one. He's going to fly down here. And he is going to go after the tiny one.
Oh no.
How could this happen? So, going at you with the claws.
Stop that.
Oof. And he hits.
Uh,
How could this have happened? And then Penelope gets hurt.
oof.
Okay, so the claws rake into you. And you notice 2 things. 1, this little monster clawed you, and it hurt.
Ow.
But 2, where it clawed you feels really numb, like almost immediately. It's super cold. It's like you were stabbed with an icicle.
Ooh.
So, that's gross. That's no one's favorite.
Oh, watch out for the claws. This isn't good.
Okay, at this point, your silk golem is up. And your silk golem is not waiting for orders because something tried to hurt him. He's gonna do what he do when things try to hurt him. And he's gonna hit the one that hit him back. Okay, so fun thing, when you're wraps and you decide you're gonna hit something back, you smash it into the snow. So Raps sort of pulled back and slammed down on this thing, and it shoved it clearly into the snow, like almost like its nose was just buried face deep in. It's not actually stuck at the snow, but it clearly wasn't expecting that level of retribution, especially because it's happening again. Mrr. And it's dead. Just bam. Instant death.
Ooh.
It took sufficient damage beyond its HP that it just outright died.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Golems are fun. So Raps is taking care of one of them. And now Raps is going to walk over here. Oh, actually, I'm going to move this thing up one because we're not doing half squares. That makes combat weird. And Raps is just going to take a step over to this one because it hurt his friend. And that'll be all of Raps' turn.
Oh no.
And this one is going to swoop over here.
Ah.
And it's going to try to exhale its gross breath on Anise.
Ew, it's a mouth breather.
And it hits. Actually, no, you saved, didn't you?
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, I misread that. Yeah, I completely misread that. You passed it. You saved, so since you've saved, this is not going to do as much. So you'll take half damage. So let's trigger that. You will take one.
No.
Oh no, it was 4. It already halved it. You took 2. You were breathed upon.
Ugh. How will I ever survive?
You'll survive because you're next.
Probably should have been looking at what I wanted to do.
Hey, it's our first real combat that you didn't cheese before it started.
That's fair. I'm carrying the halberd, so I guess, even though I'm not proficient in it, I'm going to try and hit it with the halberd.
Go for it.
Oh, I needed to drag that onto something, didn't I?
You were aiming at the one that just attacked you?
Yeah.
Let me see what his AC is.
Like, I drag the die onto the creature I want to attack, right? That's how it's supposed to work? Or
Yeah, you just drag it onto the creature, but just gonna check. Yeah, its AC's 11. You hit it.
Okay.
They're not really that durable. They're just tiny annoyances. So now you can drag the damage onto him. Alright, you did hit it. You hit it with a big old halberd.
And I'm having to like not go, and then I attack again, and then I do a bonus action because my other character can do all that.
Right. Level 3 is its limitations.
Yep.
So you've got a bonus action and you've got a move.
That's an action. Never mind. Yeah, I don't really have much I can do as a bonus action. Even my cantrips are technically actions, aren't they?
Some are actions, some are bonus actions. Just depends on the spell.
Yeah, I guess that's all I can do.
That's fair. I mean, you don't need to have big, complicated turns yet.
Yet.
It'll happen. You're both spellcasters. It will happen.
Give it time. It's fine.
It's all good. All right. Now it's Penelope's time.
I'm looking at something really quick. Okay, so she is very angry at this thing that has like clawed her. So she's gonna use vicious mockery.
Okay.
What
you gonna call it?
I'm gonna be like, that hurt, you stupid piece of shit, and just like, yeah. Which one is it? Is it 2 or 3? Is it 3?
The one that hit you?
Yeah.
Yours is 3.
Okay. I think I did it. No, I didn't. Hold on. How do I...
I'm gonna need to start giving them nicknames.
How do I do this? What do I click?
It's a save, right?
Huh?
I think I set up Vicious Mockery for you. Let me see.
Yeah.
Actions.
It's in there. I just don't know how to use it.
So when you click on the little magnifying thing, it should give you some buttons.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I see it now.
So you can just sort of drag that
thing that you do.
Yeah. Oh. It nat 20 to save.
Jesus.
Super rude. Like, you cannot hurt its feelings.
It only speaks German.
Oh,
and...
damn it.
Yep. It's cool, though. It's a cantrip. It didn't cost you anything.
So I guess that was my action. Do I get a bonus action?
You do, but you have to be able to cast something as a bonus action. If that makes any sense. Like if it says casting time action, you can't do it.
Hold on. Still learning.
Yeah,
You also have movement.
I think most of your things are actions.
Good.
You could inspire someone.
I could. I'm gonna do that.
I think that's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, it should be. The number of times that Scanlan used it, it has to be a bonus action.
I mean, as much as I enjoy Mercer's adventures, I'm pretty sure he lets Scanlan get away with crap he shouldn't.
That's fair.
But yeah, you can just check it off and tell someone they've got it. Like, there's not really a mechanical thing for it.
Guess what? Remy got bardic inspiration.
Yay!
You are inspired.
I'm inspiring.
You are the best around.
You're the best around. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. That hurt my throat.
Yeah, don't do that.
That's fair.
Just imagine that I'm inspiring you.
Oh, there's a little thing where I can check inspiration. And
Yep.
a star appeared on me.
It's important to remember that. I think that applies it automatically to your next roll, but we'll find out when we get there.
You're a star.
Yay!
And then, oh god, there's not really a good place to move. Can Penelope move and like hide behind wraps? Oh yeah, there she is. She just hid behind wraps. Okay.
I think you're moving through a threatened space
Oh.
because it's next to you, so it would get an attack on you.
And yeah, not gonna do that.
I like that Raps automatically moves back when you're moving around him. That's very polite of him. Because I didn't make him do that.
Oh, I clicked and dragged him.
Oh, that's probably fair. I don't know that I locked him in or not. He's a friend. It works.
Fine.
How polite. Meanwhile, you're like, no, I'm trying to hide behind you. Damn it.
No, stop.
No, I insist. No, please, no. All right, no.
Please.
So you good?
I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
That's all I got. Ah.
Now it's Kwaku's turn after this long adventure. Yep, as noted, Kwaku is not really much of a fighter, but he does have a stick, and he's gonna try to hit the one in front of him with a stick.
If we're doing great.
Don't worry, everybody, we got this. Bah. He is not made for this. So Kwaku swings at the thing that just attacked Anise, and unfortunately it is small and it is moving way better than he is in the snow. So he misses it and just smacks into the snow under it. And then he says, sort of under his breath, "Damn snow drake, elemental devil. I don't know what you are, okay?" And that's all he's got, because he also doesn't multi-attack. He is not that kind of character. There's a reason he built something else to fight for him.
Good old.
All right. Next round. Anise is up first. Because we roll every time.
The one that's dead is still rolling.
I mean, it matters for death saves, but that one's just dead. We're not giving these guys death saves.
Yeah, I got wild shapes and I got the halberd. So I guess what I'm gonna do. The one that's attacking me is number 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well. I missed.
Alas.
Oh.
You can use your inspiration if you want to.
Oh, how do I even do that?
Just roll a d6.
Okay. Would adding 2 to my roll have helped?
No.
Okay. Goodbye, inspiration.
Alas.
Let me check something. Nope, that's an action.
Were you going to turn into a polar bear or something?
Nah.
All right. Those low-level mage levels are fun.
Wait, hold on. How do I got hit for... No, I didn't get hit.
You passed the save, but you took half damage.
Oh, and my HP's at 2.
2 damage. Yeah, I think it counts up.
Oh, okay.
It's a wound count. I should find a plug-in to make it go the other way, because I don't think anyone actually tracks it that way.
Right.
It's really weird and misleading.
I'm gonna stay where I am. Just kind of keep holding the halberd.
Go for it.
And in my turn, which is a button. Yeah, okay.
Yep. What did that roll for? Oh, he recharged the thing. He was rolling to recharge his frost breath automatically. But he rolled badly, so he didn't. Good for him. He is going to try to claw at you. Meh. That is not going to hit you. Now he's sad. And having just seen his friend turn to paste, he's going to try to fly away, so you are welcome to try to hit him with your halberd.
Sure, why not? I was about to say, that seems like a miss.
It happens. I think Kwaku's in the same boat. He's going to be like, aha, another chance to redeem myself. What could happen? Nope. You're not a melee party. Alright, so it's going to fly down here, where it's presumably less likely to get turned into paste by a big silk golem. Meh, 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 meh. Yeah. And then we're going to go to next on the list. Oh, he did. Oh, but he recharged his frost breath in death.
Oh, good. Good for him.
That's funny.
Proud
Yeah,
of it.
he's still dead, though.
Big breath and then...
His last breath is getting ready to exhale for an exhale that never came. Penny time.
Oh boy. Oh boy. She's just gonna try and just fucking attack this thing with her short sword.
Wha.
Fuck. How do... Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright. Number 3, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Ooh,
You got
hell yeah.
Shanky.
Shanky McShankerson. Okay,
You learned that in Bard school, about out in the yard.
then let me roll. Ooh.
Blap. Hey, that hurts.
Oh,
Did you stab it twice?
I guess. I rolled the dice and it didn't show up, so I rolled again.
Haha.
So, whatever needs to be done to do the thing, I don't know.
Not a problem. I will turn that one off. It is fine.
Cool.
Take that, tiny creature. Bah. All right.
I stabbed that thing.
You did. You stabbed it good.
Oh, good.
And now, the smashing. Bah. Boom.
Oh, no.
Bah. Squish.
That is dying.
That is dying. Burr. Burr, burr, burr.
Get him.
What do you do?
Get him.
Oh, he has 69 HP now.
Nice.
That's been his max.
Oh.
Mo. This one faster. So we missed on that one, but 2 of them are dying.
Hooray. Party time.
Yeah, I think he's only taken damage that one time, so I think that other damage was from when you were playing around with other abilities while we were practicing. So I'm going to adjust his HP back to reflect that he's only taken 1. I moved your initiative. That was a mistake. It doesn't matter. We're going to shuffle it. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong box. I'm just stupid. That makes way more sense. Okay, well, let's see what Kwaku does. Gonna continue to shame the family down here, buddy? For glory! Oh, it sat on the 17 for so long. Nope, he's just not made for this, but he tried to hit it with a stick. He ran down, he swings, he misses. I was never good at cricket. All right. And now it's that one's turn. Just kidding. It's dead.
Oh, no.
Because you just squished it.
Kind of alive, I guess. But it's unconscious, so...
Unconscious in the snow is pretty much dead if no one's planning on healing it.
I'm not planning on healing it.
Nope.
All right, new round. Oh, good. It still failed to get its frost breath back.
Too busy running away.
But it did win initiative. So it's going to take another swing at the one that's actually a threat to it.
Don't you hurt rats. Don't you do it.
Let's see here. Meh. Oh, he hit Raps. He's clawing at him.
No.
He's clawing at him. Oh, he still did 4 damage. That was actually some pretty good rolls. Raps is now taking some damage.
No.
And now it's going to try to run away. And now it's time for everybody to swing at him. Raps first, because honestly, who deserves it more than Raps? Okay, buddy. Let's revenge. And a swing. And a miss. Poor Raps. And a swing. And a miss. Like father, like son. And it is retreating to the hills. All right. Well, that was its turn. After watching its 2 friends get smushed, it's understandably not comfortable here. All right, it is Anise's turn.
My turn. Oh, gosh, it actually went pretty far. Each square is 5 feet, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure my movement is like 60 feet. No, 30 feet. Yeah, I won't be able to get to it. I don't feel like wasting a V shape on it, so I'll just kind of come here and stand and hold an action in case it comes back. I don't know.
Okay. From where you're at right now, give me a perception check. Okay. You can't make it out, but you can actually see something glowing on that statue. You can't tell if it's writing or symbols or whatever, but there's something on it glowing.
And do I still see the unidentified creature?
Do you still see the bottom one?
The one that ran away, yeah.
Yeah, you still see it. It's still in range.
Okay.
Like, it's getting a little bit harder to see because of like the weird blizzard sphere, but you can see it from where you are.
Yep, I will keep a swing with the halberd ready in case it decides to come back.
That is fair. Okay. And that one then dies a little more. That one dies a little more. Kwaku, what you gonna do? Not sure that he's actually fast enough to close that gap either. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, nope, he could get there. He's gonna try. It's like he's reached that special point where it's like, I don't want to waste spells on this thing, but I also don't want it to get away. The true wizard's dilemma. And a swing. He did it! He finally hit it. All right, so he charges down there, shouting at the top of his lungs. It's like, I hate violence! Smash! And then he hits it, and he smacks it square in its big nose. And it did not appreciate that. But he smacked it. And now it's Penelope's turn.
Oh boy. I don't know that there's much that she could actually do.
I think you can actually reach it because you're long striding.
It'll give you a 10 extra feet.
So I have the speed of 35?
Yeah. Because you're a little bit slower by default because of your legs.
Okay. No, I just barely, am right outside the range.
Yeah, you're right. You're like one
right
one
behind
square
where
away.
Kwaku is.
But you could mockery it. That's a range attack.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Whee! Gotta yell at it.
Make it feel bad because Kwaku managed to hit it.
Yep. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I was like, where's it gone? Where did I put it? Alright, she's just gonna yell angry things at it, because she's still, she got clawed. She's not happy about it.
Yeah?
She's angry. I just did not even put it on the thing. Show me. Shit. Hold on.
It's all good. We're learning.
Card game. Where is it? Okay, it's wounded. There you go.
Oh, it passed it.
Damn it.
It rolled a 16.
She's just like...
These things have remarkable confidence.
Or, again, they only speak German, so they don't know.
They don't understand what she's yelling at them.
Yeah. All right. Are you done? Okay. So now we're going to find out what happens. So Raps is going to run down. Doot. 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 Rolling something. I think he'll be fine. But let's find out. Because when he's running down there, he runs in a straight line, as golems tend to do. And that means his left shoulder and arm are going through that weird blizzardy sphere thing.
Oh no.
And... Yep, he's fine. The wind seems like it's going to maybe topple him over to the side, but he is such a pile of meat. Or silk, I guess. Pile of web. That he just powers right through it and ignores it. Gets over here, and then he lays into this thing that forced him to run through this. Because clearly there were no other options. How could this have ended any other way? Peace was never an option. So we got a swing. That'll hit. We got a violence. Blam, it's dead. Such is the power of a golem. A golem who took 5 whole damage this fight.
Go Raps.
Raps is now
Well.
at 64 HP.
2 of us actually hit it. Or 3 of us.
All 3 of you hit it.
I stabbed one.
So did I. Yay!
Yay! High five.
Everyone hit something. Even Kwaku eventually hit something. Okay, so I hate those. Whatever they are.
They are gross. So when Raps went through the partial blizzardy area, did it look like he took damage or?
No, it doesn't look like he took damage. It's more like when you, like, you know when you're driving in your car on a really windy day, you can kind of feel the car leaning a little to the side. It's like that. Like it almost knocked him off of his balance, but he's too big for that. It was more like the wind than the cold.
And then it looks like on the map, there's a way to get up on that cliff without having to climb.
Yeah, there's a path on the south way. So that's a statue, right?
Yes, I thought I saw something glowing on it, like runes or something.
That would explain a lot of this. If it is rune magic, it's not my specialty, but I feel like it might be yours.
Not really, right?
The way that we're doing druid and ranger magic is that it's going to be descended from the same, like, ancestor as rune magic. So
gotcha.
They're close enough. You would be familiar with it. Like, it doesn't mean that you expressly know runes and rune magic, but rune magic comes from the Norse and the like the British, Irish, mythologies, due to the weird way that Type Moon decided that runes work in super old history. So you would be able to interpret runes if you saw them.
But I don't have dispel magic, so I can't do anything about them.
If you want to make a roll to see like how one deals with runes, you could do that with Arcana.
This is either going to be very good or very bad. I can feel it.
Ooh.
I mean, you could probably just hit it.
I get closer to see if I can read what the runes are actually saying.
Yeah, you could walk around and get closer, and then do a check.
I'm gonna try and walk into it. What happens?
Make a strength save.
Ooh.
Okay, it pushes you back. You just can't get in. It's not hurting you. It's just pushing it harder than you can push in.
So it's about 20 feet for me.
About, yeah.
Oh, I guess I can roll perception from here to see
Yeah.
if I can make it out, right?
Yeah, you can give that a roll.
Nope.
You can still see that, like, from here, you can tell that they do look like runes, but you can't read them from here.
So I can't read them, and I can't really go inside the blizzard. And if I turn into something that can go inside the blizzard, I won't be able to tell you anything.
Could I use Bardic Inspiration to help in any way? I don't think I can do.
Yeah, you would have had to do it before I made the roll.
Shit.
I mean, you could try again. Like, it's not hurting you. There's not really a consequence for losing. You can try again.
I'll give you variation. Do it.
I'm also gonna guide myself if I can do that.
I believe in you. Mostly because I know I can't.
Like, this is enough in the world of check/saves versus combat that I don't mind using both.
Guidance, I can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of my choice, so I can do that, and I can do inspiration, I think.
Yeah, would the ability check be better than your save? I don't think you have proficiency in either one, but...
I mean, I've been rolling perception as an ability, right?
Yeah. I was just wondering, like, if there's a difference for you between your strength bonus and your saves.
Oh.
You're not proficient in the save, and you're not proficient in the ability,
Okay.
so yeah, it's fine. It's the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and perceive again. And then I'm gonna add that d4. Oops. Well, I can't see shit.
It's very snowy. I will see. Raps, could you maybe screen the wind a little bit?
I mean, you can probably just go hit it a bunch. Might turn off the blizzard.
Brr. All right, let's roll some stuff. Yeah, he can take it. Brr.
I guess I'll go in behind him.
You could walk in beside him just to, like, that side. Because the way that it's blowing, we're going to take it is counterclockwise, so you can match pace with him. Brr.
Do I need to roll strength again, or?
He's wind walling it for you.
Okay.
So you can get closer now.
Oh, is that as far as in as we're getting?
Nope, you can get one more. And then he'll be making another save while you're reading it, and that'll determine if he slips and you both go flying. But you'll get a chance to read it either way.
Hey, and I'll add the inspiration to it just in case.
Oh,
hey.
You can definitely read now. Okay, so yeah, you got a 27 total on that perception roll because you were quite inspired. So yeah, like you can very easily read the runes that are on this one. There's actually a few layers of things going on here. So on the bottommost layer, like the stuff that's actually carved into the statue, you can see a bunch of stuff that looks more like arcane magecraft, like the kind of stuff that is on Kwaku's trunk, the kind of stuff that you see when you look really close to like on that bag that that Crosby has, like the stuff that you see on mages usually. There's a lot of that going on. That's on the base level of this statue. But there's a few runes etched over it, which are specifically the runes for wind and ice and chaos and big wrapped over it.
Okay, and a check. See if I... Okay, so do I know if just hitting it a bunch will turn off the blizzard then?
Yeah, so what you can pierce together between the two of them is that the baseline amount of snow in the region is what the statue apparently makes. That's just a thing that it controls. You can tell that from deciphering the original underlying thing. And these runes that are on it are apparently making it pull way more out of the ley line than it normally does and blasting it around way out of control, which would be why maybe the weather is ridiculously out of scope for right now. So if you were to start wailing on it and you broke the entire statue, you would just end the snow entirely. Given this is probably part of a bounded field meant to keep this area safe for the mages that live here, They would probably appreciate it if you maybe just got rid of the more chaotic part by just essentially undoing the runes that are sort of etched onto it. Like, now that you can see it much closer, you can see that those weren't cut into it. They're more like, it's almost like paint. Like, you don't know what the liquid is, but some liquid has been put on it. It's glowing. That's the glowing faint part. And if that were to be removed somehow, that would probably revert back down to normal. It's a bit colder and snowy, but not destroying everything and way out of control nonsense.
Did my roll, all I can tell is it's some kind of liquid?
Yeah, like some kind of liquid. And well, just from looking at that now, I'm just gonna tell you because you work with a bunch of chemicals to make potions. The liquid that's on it, it's a more rare ingredient than you've usually seen. Like, you've read about it in books, but you've never actually seen it before. It actually seems to be like elemental blood. Which is a weird concept because elementals don't bleed, but they do have an essence to them. When they're like, you know, kind of like the ones that you just mashed into the ground back there have the same liquid on them. So presumably, maybe there were 4 of these originally and one of them got to be paint. We don't know. But that it looks like it's frozen over, but you could probably just chip it off. Like, it's just ice that's frozen to it rather than anything staining.
I'm gonna turn to Raps and say, keep standing as long as you can. I'm gonna take out the tea kettle. I'm going to assume I have some water in like a flask or something.
Yeah, you're a traveler. There's also just plenty of snow if you want to just fill it with that.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna produce flame until I have it boiling.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pour it onto the runes and see if they melt off.
Okay, yeah. So as you start doing that, you create a whole bunch of steam, obviously. But you also feel nice because you're holding something warm and it's freezing out here. But yeah, in fact, as you do that, you manage to turn that off. It's just snowing now. And the snow is a lot less extreme. Much more peaceful. And because you rolled the 27 on your perception, which is absurd, you notice something else out of the corner of your eye while you're doing all of this. You actually saw it from inside the snow. To the southwest of here on that other hill, there's a bit of an opening area with no snow. Right about there. Like, the snow's not even falling on it, even now. It's, like, suspiciously devoid of snow.
I'm going to point it out to the group and then go investigate. I guess I'll have to climb up, though.
Raps is going to continue to stand there as instructed. Oh, actually, you're down here far enough you can see there's a path.
Oh, there's a path?
Yeah, let me free up a little more map. Now that you don't have snow in the way, I'm just going to give you the rest of it. That was the main reason why I was mapping it out in pieces. You can see much, much better now. So, here you go.
I'm going to get to about right there and see if I notice anything suspicious, like a trap or anything.
You want to investigate?
Yeah, that would be investigation.
Okay. So what you notice as you're looking around here is that none of the snow, even the snow falling right now, is falling in that area. But unlike before where there was like a big bubble over it that seemed to make it, you know, whirl around it almost like a sphere. Here, snow falls and it touches that area. It just disappears like instantly. Like it's coming into contact with something and then just gone.
But it's not melting.
It's not melting. It's just disappearing.
Something weird up here.
Nope, he's gonna run up.
Kwaku's gonna go take a look at that other one while you take care of this. That's more his area.
I'm gonna do a nature check. Well, it looks unnatural, but I can't figure out why.
Yeah. There's definitely something weird about it.
Penelope's gonna investigate.
How is Penelope investigating?
Not well.
Not well at all.
Like, what are you doing to investigate it?
Mostly just kind of looking to see if she sees anything. Like,
I will approach and cautiously put my hand up about where the snow, like the ground doesn't have snow on it, and see if I can feel anything.
Okay. So as you do that, you actually do feel something. Like there's something there that you can't see. So that's neat. And so Penelope. What you notice is that Anise disappears.
Huh? Nothing seems weird to me, right? I can still see
you're touching something. In fact, you can, now that you're touching it, you can see something. This isn't something Penelope can see, but I'm just going to share it with both of you for simplicity. You can see this. It's another statue.
Does it have runes on it?
No, but it does have some of those markings like the first one, like the original arcane ones. But now that you're touching it, you can actually feel like it is very cold. There's a lot of snow on it. You don't know how it was that you didn't notice all the snow on it before. It's practically buried in the stuff.
Am I touching the statue?
You are, yeah. You're touching, like you reached out and your hand touched snow, but in fact you touched, like, you can see this thing is a statue. It looks like a man holding two knives. And right now your hand is actually touching his elbow, his left elbow.
You're touching his penis.
I don't think he has one of those in this statue.
And he's very cold.
I mean, he's as cold as a rock and the snow is, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not like you're going to get frostbite touching him, but it isn't warm. It is not an actual man.
And I can't read any of the arcane markings. I can just see that they're there.
You rolled high enough in your other Arcana roll that you can parse this one together too. Like, it's the same kind of deal. So as the previous one was focused on making a blizzard happen to protect the region, this one seems to be more about misdirection and hiding. In fact, there's a specific keyword that you translate out of this that is familiar to you. You read about this back when you were setting up your own place in London, because like most mages set up a bounded field just for safety. And yours is not the most complicated because it's much harder to do that in a city with a ton of people. But one of the ones that you remember looking into when you were trying to figure out the best way to do this is something called presence concealment, which is sort of the art of not being seen. Like, it's using magecraft to be not noticed. And it's a pretty common one in warding because you don't want people to wander in. It's way better if people don't realize there's a door by just they don't process it when they see it, versus actually trying to make like a giant persistent illusion of a wall. So it's kind of a misdirection. Speaking of which, like, Penelope has no idea what happened to you. You just disappeared.
God. Okay. Kwaku. Anna's just weird.
So I can hear what she's saying.
Yeah, you can totally hear her. Nothing is different to you except for the fact that you can see the statue now.
What? I'm right here.
But I don't see you. Where are you?
You can barely hear her. In fact, like, it's more like an echo. Like, you think that's what she would be saying if she was here right now, but your brain's having a lot of trouble focusing on it.
It's like, I swear I can still hear her voice, but I don't. Where is she? Where did you go?
I'm gonna roll an intelligence. Just to see if Anise is smart enough to. Nope. She's not. I'm right here.
What?
Right in front of you.
Where did she go? What happened?
There's a statue here.
I can't hear her.
Did she turn into a tree? Is that a thing she does?
I don't know. I just met her yesterday.
What are you talking about? I'm right here.
God, it's like she's whispering in my ear. But no, like, she came over here to check out this thing, and now she's just gone.
That's absurd. I don't know how that would happen. And he just
either.
walks right into you.
Whoa, Kwaku! I'm like in my as I'm startled, I take my hand off the statue.
Well, funny enough, like the instant he bumps into you, you appear in front of him and scare the crap out of him, and then you let go of the statue and you appear in front of Penelope, and you both just sort of stumble and fall on each other. But this isn't one of those anime where he falls on your boob. He just falls, and then he immediately crawls back.
But we're based on fate. So
We are, but we're not based on that fate. You're visible again. Oh, there you are. Where did you go?
I touched. Oh, and I just reach out and touch the statue again. Can you see me?
Oh no, she's gone again.
And then I take my hand off the statue.
Oh,
And then I'm kidding. So there's a statue right here, and I gesture towards it, but don't actually hit it. There's a statue, but it's invisible, and I guess I became invisible when I was touching it.
Penelope's gonna put her hand like where she saw and is putting her hand.
All right, well, in that case, I'm not going to bother making all of you invisible. Yeah, you can move over, you see it. Look, there you go. All right, while you're all touching it, you can see each other too.
Whoa.
No, so like nothing changed at all. I was expecting them to both go invisible, and they just didn't. And
Are you still touching it?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, like you just
It didn't do anything.
Raps is concerned.
While I'm touching the statue, I'm gonna actually look around the area and see if I can see anything. Hey, do I see anything with my 18? Like a castle or?
What do your elbow?
Okay, just assume that Raps continues to walk in the exact same circle because it's all he knows.
Okay, Penelope's stepping back from the dome. It's buddy.
Raps is kind of doing that thing that kids do when they're really nervous and they're like walking in place. Almost like you'd think he had to pee or something. But he's getting some anxiety out of this one. Okay, so you were rolling and you were looking around to see if maybe you could see a castle or something?
Or just anything like invisible that or anything I didn't see before, basically.
Sure. So while you're holding that, you rolled you can see kind of off in the distance that you're going now, the southeast. Like there's a bunch of trees, like you expected, right? Woods. But you notice a few things in the distance in that direction that you didn't notice before, but you kind of get the impression that that could have been due to the storm. But when you're looking, like you do see in the far distance a big white castle poking out above the trees. Like it's going to be a bit of a walk, but you can see a direction to go in.
I'm going to keep my eyes on the castle and take my hand off the statue. Do I still see it?
You do actually still see it.
Oh, well.
So. Anise and Penelope go to White Castle.
Well, so here's the thing. While you're touching the statue and you look over there, you see the castle. You also see something else, though, that disappears when you let go of it.
Ah.
And so this is maybe a little bit more interesting. So while you're looking there, you see the castle in the distance, but on the horizon behind it and all around you, you can actually see like almost like a glass dome, like a slight rippling that goes over the entire valley area. And you can tell just from being a druid who knows a basic concept of distance in the forest, especially with your background, that this dome appears to be in line with right where you first stepped into the forest and the disorienting thing hit Kwaku. So it doesn't take a big leap for you here to realize that this is what causes that effect. And it's the reason why people don't come wandering in. And that's probably the boundary of where it goes in each direction. So now that you're here and you're aware of it, like it's not affecting you personally anyway, but you can sort of see what the boundary was. Like you're still wearing your robes, so you're fine.
I will relay that to the rest of the group.
Cool.
That makes sense. I'm kind of I suppose these are what the Einsbones set up with their bounded field. So that's 2 statues. And now he's gonna make a roll so I can see how much he understands. If anyone who wants to can make an Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Why not? Nope.
That's a 10. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not great.
Oh, and he got a 1. Oh, that's awful. Okay, well, with your 10, you can note that 2 is a weird number, given the way that arcane magic works. Usually, the most important numbers are like 3, 5, 7, like 12, depending on region or something. But pretty much no one cares for 2. Like.
No one cares.
Like 2 might matter more if you were like far more east and you were doing like a balance yin and yang, light and dark kind of thing. But these 2 things here aren't really in opposition. Like one of them is hiding and the other one is like a bunch of snow. But it's probably a fair assumption that there's at least one more of these things somewhere. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for them to do 2 and them to be just right here.
Didn't have graffiti on it either.
Yeah, so there's gotta be. I feel like there would be at least one more of these. Seems weird for there to only be 2.
Maybe those things couldn't find it either, and that's why they didn't mess with it. It seems to be doing its job.
Cool. I don't know, should we try and find this third one? Well, I mean, we don't even know if there is a third one, but it seems weird for there to only be 2.
I think it's rather odd that we happen to run into them just walking.
Yeah.
One is making it snow in the region. The other one seems to be controlling that force field that turns people away. What else do we know about these woods? They're haunted. Maybe there's one for ghosts.
Maybe we can't see it because it's a ghost statue.
Oh, maybe.
It's quite possible that they've got several layers of defense. Like what I know of the Einsbones is that they're a very, very private family. And typically no one visits them without an invitation and a guide. So
and we have either.
It's quite possible that we could simply find more of them as we go towards the castle. But if we don't, then when we get to the castle, we can ask them to maybe chill out with the ghosts a bit.
I don't know that we completely don't have a guide. A broken cup can point the way.
That is true. If a ghost friend reappears, maybe she will help.
I'll be like, Ghost, where are you?
What was it that she said about why a broken cup was bad again?
No one wants a broken cup. Something about a cup
number
for 7 and not
7?
for none. Maybe that's 7 statues.
Oh God.
That would be a lot of statues.
That
Yeah.
would.
Well, let's think about what we know. So, this area has unusual weather, and people get confused when they walk in. So that's 2 things. Ghosts would be a third.
Yeah.
Do we know anything else?
There are a lot of trees. Have I noticed any sort of wildlife? Like, obviously it's cold and snowing, so there aren't going to be birds out, but...
You have not seen a lot of native wildlife, but... Actually, yeah, do a new perception roll. This is a cool thing for you to look for now that you're actually trying to pay attention to it.
And it would be perception and not nature, because I'm trying to look for things.
We're gonna do 3 rolls, depending. So do perception, do nature, and then do investigation.
Okay, perception was 10. Nature was 8, and... investigation was 15.
Okay. So going off of that, on your perception roll, you're sort of looking around now. You're paying closer attention to the flora and the various, like, the tracks that you can find in the snow, because there is some, like, some things have been walking around out here. You find a few tracks nearby. You find some wolf tracks, which could be kind of promising. One of it looks like maybe a pack of wolves, with one of them being somewhat larger than the rest, something a bit atypical. Not impossibly larger, but definitely bigger than you would think. And you also you do find some birds huddled up in one of the trees in a nest. But when you look at them, you have never seen birds like this before.
You know what? I haven't gotten to do very much. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I guess... Oh, there we go. I'm gonna...
Gonna have a conversation with the bird?
First I'll introduce myself, like, hello, I don't mean to alarm you, little birds. I just have some questions for you, if you don't mind.
You're big!
What?
You're really big!
You're big.
Oh.
You're really big.
Oh, gotcha.
Here, let me translate from tiny to large.
Why do you
Yes,
speak
know.
bird?
I promise I won't hurt you.
That's good.
I've never seen birds like you before. Have you lived in this forest your whole life?
Many moons.
Are there others like you?
Many more.
Many more. Now that I've gotten here, I don't know where to go.
Anna, so you talking birds over there?
Yes. Do you have any suggestions for what I should ask them?
I've seen any other statues, or if they know if there's any statues around. Birds like statues.
I will ask. There are statues here. Do you know if there are any others in this forest?
Many more.
Many more.
Oh, jeez.
Have you ever been over to that big castle?
Plenty times.
Hmm.
Nice ladies. A lot of food.
Hmm. What other kinds of animals live here? I've seen wolf tracks.
Big wolf. Big cat.
Big cat. My hypothesis was there might be like a statue keeping animals out, but that's clearly not the case. Or alternatively keeping them in.
Big snake.
Have you ever been outside of this forest?
What's outside? Fly around circles. Always here, always food.
I'm going to dig into my bag and pull out something bird appropriate and just kind of give it to them and be like, thank you for answering questions, bird friends. And just kind of leave them.
Like some food?
Yeah. Like I probably have some kind of seeds or berries or something.
Okay, yeah, they'll start pecking away at it. Nice lady.
And I'll go rejoin the group and go,
like the others.
So I talked to some birds.
I noticed.
They cannot leave the forest, I think. They've never been outside of it.
Ooh.
They have been to the castle.
Okay.
There are big wolves, big cats, and big snakes.
Ooh, I don't like any of those things.
In this area.
Big lizard. It's followed you and it's just sort of on a branch nearby.
How long to speak with animals for? Oh, 10 minutes. Okay.
Big man.
It's a big man. They may be talking about raps, though.
Bigger man.
Many more statues.
Big man.
Big man.
Big angry man.
Imagine I'm just going.
You're kind of cawing at them, yeah.
Cheep.
Penelope's gonna try and do the same, like mimic that, just be like cheep.
Big tree.
Big tree.
Big tree.
Where is the big tree?
Castle.
At the castle.
Big tree. Bigger than castle.
Bigger than the castle. I'll look at the castle. Do I see the big tree?
Yeah, actually, now that you know what to look for, you can see a little bit closer. So it's a big castle. It's like a big, almost like a Disney castle, okay? It's kind of over the toply pretty. But now that you can see a little closer and there's less snow in the way, you can see that there's actually a huge tree growing right out of the middle of it. And it has branches sprouting off in all kinds of directions. Some of them are actually growing into the windows in the castle. Like, it's almost like this tree grew up in the midst of castle ruins for a long time. It's just spread throughout. You also notice as you're staring around at it that sort of like the forest, as you get closer to the castle, is much denser. It's like the trees are way closer together, but also the actual species vary. So like out here, you've got a bunch of trees that are more evergreen trees, more like, you know, pine-like things that are sort of meant to stay green even in the winter. But the trees getting closer to the castle are actually less green and more of a burgundy leaf, more of a red leaf. The big tree sticking out of the castle in particular, it's red. That's not normal. You don't need to roll nature to know that that's completely weird and unusual.
Big tree indeed.
Do you think your bird friends could lead us over to the castle? Because they said they've been there, right?
That's true. Birds, if you're not busy, would you mind possibly leading us to the castle? There's more seeds and berries involved.
Sure, go to castle. Just watch out, big man. Big man. Angry.
Are you talking about this big man? And I'll point to Raps.
No, he is small man.
Ah, so there's a big man at the castle that is much larger than Rapsia. Interesting.
Oh no.
They said watch out for him. Birds, I don't know if you understand the concept of time, but I can only speak with you for short amounts of time. In fact, I think it's a 10-minute duration. And it's a level 1, so I've only got 4 casts of it. 3 more, really. So, just kind of fly around my head to get my attention if you need to speak with me. Oh, and there he goes. I guess I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, let's follow a bird.
This is an adventure now.
Whee!
I specifically prepared to speak with animals after not being able to talk to the spiders properly on the train.
That's fair.
Oh no, the bird is in the void.
I'll join you in the void, my friend.
I think this is probably the easiest spot to stop.
Yeah, I was about
for
to
this
say
go. Like, this is the cleanest and easiest spot. You've got a goal. You've got a guide. We have finished this map adventure.
Yay!
And you got a big mystery on your hands.
And a whole thermos of yeehaw chili.
And 4 cups of coffee.
Just in case you were wondering, you could have used the yeehaw chili to melt the seal on that statue.
You know, I thought about it. I really thought about it.
I mean, your answer also works, but it was an option.
No.
But then there would have been chili all over the statue.
It's true.
No one wanted that.
Yeah, there's a good chance the chili would have gotten on it and then frozen to it when it eventually cooled. And then you'd have a gross chili statue.
Nobody wants that.
Not even the birds.
No. In fact, if you'd given that to the birds, they would not be helping you.
I'm like, as a druid, surely I've got like granola and seeds and berries or bread or something I can feed this bird.
Yeah, your travel rations alone would be plenty. Like,
I don't have.
You're giving it food it's never had before because it spent its entire existence in this forest.
I'm just realizing that I meant to have Penelope text her manager like the night when the ghost was showing
It's true.
up. She never did.
Oops.
That's definitely true.
Oops.
You never told him where you were going. You just said that you were gonna bounce when you got off the train.
Oh no. I wonder if cell phones work in this giant dome.
Would you like to pull out your phone and find out?
Yes.
You get no bars.
Ah, shit.
I mean, reception's bad in the snow anyway. And then there's a bounded field happening.
Give me an intelligence check.
Too bad we can't use Google Maps to find the... We had to use a bird instead of Google Maps. Bird maps. The perfect place to end.
That's perfect. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
You just kind of stare at your BlackBerry for a while and then put it away because you don't understand how you can have no bars.
How could this have happened? How did the Einsburn live like this? They get no bars. You came out here expecting 2G edge quality, 160 by 180 resolution on your phone adventure. At least you're going to save on... just kidding. There's no data. You still pay for minutes at this point. But yeah, I think that's probably our best stopping point. So yeah, when we get back, you'll have a bit more adventure through the woods. But you survived your first battle. You did it.
Yay!
Oh yeah, when they you said that she felt numb where they clawed her.
That was just letting you know that part of the damage was cold.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you know if it does anything more permanent.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like their claw attacks are like half slashing, half ice, which is why when they scratched at Raps, it didn't do much, because Raps has got resistance to ice.
I only have the one teacup, but if anyone wants me to boil them some tea, we can just trade it around.
I wouldn't say no.
It does feel a little less oppressively cold now. Like it's still snowing, but the wind is not blasting it in your face. You can see easier. You can walk easier. Had you not done something about that, this would have been an issue.
Just like hyper zoomed in on the bird.
Da 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 da.
Hooray!
Hooray!
So I guess we'll go on.
Bird.
Oh. Ah.
But yep, that'll wrap up for now. So next week we'll come back and we will continue on the journey to the castle. It's all storybooky. So thank you, Internet, for paying attention to us, presumably in the future. And thank you everyone for showing up and playing. It's fun.
Yay!
Yeah, thank you for running the game.
Thank you, the Internet, for providing free snow maps so I don't have to make all of them myself.
Thank you for not doing a TPK this episode.
No, I don't want to do that, do you? Like, big surprise when it was sort of agreed upon that the two of you wanted more of an adventure mystery discovery game, that I just gave you a giant golem to handle a lot of the fighting. Like, there was always a plan for there to be Raps, but I made Raps a little beefier to offset the fact that both of you were picking mostly adventure discovery abilities.
Yeah.
Like, you still have to keep him alive, because every time he takes damage, it's not getting healed. But he's a durable guy. So, good night, the Internet.
Good night,
Good night.
Internet.